Hello, it's me. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like to meet.
Hello everybody and welcome Patreons to CorbinCenter. Obviously we wanted to do a big recap of the weekend that was in Texas for Corbin, but before anything happens, Corbin, I gotta bring you on here and we gotta talk about what happened before you even took off. I mean, you had quite an experience even before you got to the airport. Please share, please let us know. Well, yeah, so the whole thing, I thought if this was the precedent for the entire trip, this was going to be crazy. So here was my plan. Obviously parking at an airport can be very expensive, as well as, just in general, getting to the airport, Ubers right now, Lyft, whatever it is. So I thought I had this brilliant plan where I was going to go and park at a park and ride that was close to the airport. I actually met with Patreon Aaron Barclay at the 5A Club, so that's where we went. And we met for lunch before I had to fly out. And, it's like mid-afternoon and whatever, so my flight's at, I think, 6:20, so I just had to be there. I normally get there 2 hours early or hour and a half to 2 hours early. And anyway, so we left the 5A Club, and they were following me to meet me there. So I go and I head down to this park and ride, and as soon as I'm pulling into the park and ride, now there's one on one side of the road, one on the other side of the road. Now as soon as I pull into this park and ride, there is a sign that says no overnight parking unless there's permit. I was like, didn't even think of this. So anyway, I pull into one of the front spots that's there just on the base level, and I call Aaron and I say, hey, just so you know, the park and ride is, so I'll just wait for you guys and say bye. That's kind of the deal. So then anyway, so I see Aaron's truck pull into the other side, the park and ride, because I never specified which one I was in. So I'm like, ah, crap. So I get out of my car, and I left it running. And so I get out of my car, and I go over, and I'm like, on the phone trying to call and like wave and get everyone, get their attention and whatnot. And I realize that I have the Bluetooth hooked up to my car, so like I can't. So I run back to my car. And I open the door, and as soon as I open the door, and by the way, I'm on the phone, so the Bluetooth is picking this up. So as I'm on the phone, out of nowhere, this random fucking weird dude comes up and he's like, are you following me? Are you fucking following me? And comes around the front of my car. I'm like, what the hell? So I try and shut the door, and he yanks my door open. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, you fucking follow me? I was like, I don't even know. No one's following you. So, I'm yelling back and forth. And, of course, it's coming over the Bluetooth phone, that speaker. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, you follow me. You get the fuck, da, 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 da. I'm like, what is wrong with you? And, I get on. I was like, nobody's following you. So, now, first of all, I'm in, fight or flight mode, which I probably did a couple things wrong on here. But I'm like, what is going on? I don't know if this guy has a weapon. I don't know what's going on. Why he thinks I'm following him. I'm like, dude, I don't know who you are. He's like, well, I don't know who you are. I'm like, well, obviously. I was like, how would I follow somebody I don't know? And I was like, I didn't even know you were here. And he's like, I saw you hiding over there. I saw you hiding. You were hiding. I was like, I was crouched down in the middle of the park and ride. That's the worst kind of hiding. I'm not here for you. And he's like, yeah. He's like, you came for me. He's like, you're following me. He's like, yeah, it's going to be the worst decision. I was like, I'm trying to get in my car. I was like, by the way, my phone's on. Everyone can hear this conversation. He's like, I don't care. I don't care what's going on. I'm like, no, the phone, is recording. So right now we're picking up. My friend is coming here to meet me. I was getting ready to leave to meet you. So, the deal is at this stage in the game, I don't know where my phone went. I just know it's hooked up to my Bluetooth. My phone actually slid in between the seat by the console and slid in there. So, I'm standing, I'm kind of on edge waiting for this guy to make a motion or make a move at me. And all of a sudden, I see him grab a phone and put it in his pocket. Now, why I thought it was my phone, I don't know. I was like, dude, don't take my phone. He's like, does this look like your phone? I was like, give me my phone. And I smacked it, he was trying to put it in a hoodie pocket. And I swatted it and tried to grab my phone, and I knocked it to the floor. He's like, does this look like your phone? I was like, does it look like I'm following you? And then so he's like, He's like, I'm not going to tell you again. I was like, you don't have to, because my friend is going to pull in right about now, and then he's coming, and I'm leaving. So there's not going to be a problem. And like, he tried to make like a aggressive motion at me, like one of these. He's like, that's what I thought. But he never like raised his hand. But also when I like, so here's a couple things. Like, I'm obviously like trying to figure out what's going on. I'm like, dude, I'm not following you. I'm trying to yell at this dude. I'm like, what the, you like jerked my car open, and I didn't know if he was coming at me, but as soon as he opened the door, like, he put enough distance between me, and when I stood up, he backed up, and when I went for his phone, he backed up. So I'm like, I mean, like, I'm still kind of like, I don't know for a fact if he has a weapon or anything like that, so I didn't know. But as soon as, at this time, Aaron, obviously being the good friend that he was, pulled in, was able to turn around, pulled in, and so then he kind of like tried to leave right at that moment, which, Aaron, I have to thank you so much for not only getting together with me, but Aaron, if you probably wouldn't have been there, who knows how this would have planned out, because I don't know if he planned on sticking around or whatever was going to go on, or if it was going to come to that. I mean, like, right at that moment is when it seemed to dissipate. But Aaron, I can't thank you enough for being there and obviously having the call. But again, kind of a thing that I didn't suspect at like 4:30 in a very obvious area of a parking ride. Like, it's not like it's quiet or enclosed, but I did not know where this guy went. So as soon as he comes out yelling, I went in fight or flight mode. And I'm very lucky that stuff didn't get worse. Obviously, that it couldn't have been because, like, I'm going to tell you right now, I have no intent in following this dude, let alone would ever worry away an ounce of my time on it. So, yeah, so there's that. So that was the start of my trip. So hopefully, I don't know, the rest of it goes really well. So whenever you want to talk about that, we can definitely cover that.
Well, Darren, I just want you to know I'm glad that you are safe, and I'm glad that you were able to go on the trip. Again, let's save this for part 2. We'll come back and we'll talk about all the good stuff, next. How your trip was, and just what it was like to actually have a vacation, man. So let's bring it back here. We'll do part 2 of CorbinCenter.